We will be seeing the class till 12:45. Okay, I will be solving one problem. Go through that from unit 2. That will be very important for examination point of view. It has been asked in university also. Okay. Before that, let me complete the theory. In the last class, I have to explain this graph. Okay. So last class we have seen different types of resistance. Let me show you what we have seen in the last class. Last class we started unit 2, that is resistance to vehicle motion. So in that we have seen what is the power required to propel the vehicle. So we have seen the expression for PV, and we have seen what is the power required by the engine. Okay, so we have seen different resistance. So air resistance, rolling resistance. Okay, and we have seen the graph, the performance characteristics of resistance. That is how the resistance going to vary with speed. Then we have seen grade resistance. Okay, that is how far the vehicle will be able to climb over a slope. So we have seen the tire axis, and we have seen the formula engine torque. From engine torque, how they are calculating the tractive effort. Tractive effort is nothing but tractive force, the force required for propulsion. We have seen this formula, and we have seen the relation between engine revolution and vehicle speed. That is between n and v. N by v is equal to 2.65 into g by r. R is the wheel radius. Okay. Now we will be seeing this performance curve. See, you see this performance curve. That is, we are plotting a graph. That is power. That is horsepower available at the wheels. You can see I am multiplying the engine power with the transmission efficiency. So we can say power available at the road wheels and versus road speed. Road speed is in kilometer per hour. Okay, so we are drawing a graph horsepower at wheels and versus road speed in kilometer per hour. Okay, so we are drawing a graph, and we are assuming that transmission efficiency is constant at all speed. First of all, you see the graph that is here. It is horsepower required by vehicle on level road. Okay, that is I am not considering a gradient resistance. I am assuming that the vehicle is traveling on level road. Okay, so you can see the horsepower required by vehicle on level road. Okay, so you can see the curve. It is varying with respective speed. Okay, so you can see initially the resistance is less. Once the speed increases, my horsepower requirement is getting increased. Okay, due to the rolling resistance and due to the aerodynamic resistance. Why no? My rolling resistance will be constant, whereas my aerodynamic resistance will be increasing with speed. So at higher speed, my horsepower required will be more. Okay, so this is my curve. I have to meet the this power, then only I can propel my vehicle, and excess power can be utilized for acceleration. Now see, I'm having this speed, say 20 kilometer per hour. My requirement is this much. Okay, whereas in full throttle, that is in first gear, I am having this much power. That is this difference, the difference in the ordinate. Okay, this one and this one will be used for acceleration. Okay, so see the ordinate. Ordinate means it is in y axis. Let me check someone have joined or not. No, it is a WhatsApp message. Okay. Okay. So you can see here what happens. No, uh, horsepower required by vehicle on level road will be having this value. Okay. So now for first gear, you will be having a value this one. Say this one has 80 horsepower, and this one is 20 horsepower. Okay, so the balance, the excess 60 will be used for acceleration. Okay, further I can increase my speed. Otherwise, I can tow a vehicle. Okay, so you can see in first gear, my available power at this speed, say somewhat 80, whereas my required power is 20. So 80 minus 20 is 60. So 60 is excess power I'm having, so that I can accelerate the vehicle. Further, I can increase the speed. Okay. So then I'm coming to the second gear. So you can see the difference between this point and this point will be giving me an opportunity to increase my acceleration. So third gear, we can see, and fourth gear, see, the fourth gear, top gear full throttle, and my horsepower required will be meeting at a point. What is this point? No, beyond that I can't accelerate. Whenever the difference between horsepower available and horsepower required exists, I can able to accelerate my vehicle. When these two curves, horsepower required by vehicle on level road and horsepower available, is going to match, you can see here maximum possible speed will be achieved when these two curves is going to meet. Further, there is no difference in my y axis, there is no difference in ordinate. Okay, so you can see in top here this curve will be coming here. For this speed, my horsepower required is this much, so both the curves are going to meet. So this point corresponds to maximum possible road speed. So with this characteristics, I'll be able to get the maximum possible road speed. Okay, for this characteristics, this will be this one, say 100 or 110 kilometer per hour. Okay, so at this point, my horsepower available and horsepower required both should be getting matched. Okay, so then only I will be able to meet the requirement, and I will be getting the maximum road speed. Okay, this is the performance curve. Now come to part throttle, that is I am not going for full throttle, I am going for part throttle, that is partially I am opening the throttle. It is a normal gear. Okay, so what happens, see, when part throttle, say second gear or third gear, whatever it may be, your curve is having a plot like this. Okay, whereas horsepower required, it's going to meet this curve here. Okay, so up to see the difference here, I'm having difference. I can accelerate. I can accelerate. When I'm my part total operation meeting this required, what happens beyond that? I can't accelerate. At this speed, I'll be moving the vehicle constant. So this is the desired road speed, where the vehicle will be moving at a constant speed. That is, if you're driving a two-wheeler, no, once you are having a particular gear and you are meeting the road requirements, when you are meeting the road resistance, if power given by the engine and power demanded by the road it is same, you will be moving at a constant speed. Okay, so you'll be moving at a constant speed. That is, this will be the desired road speed. When you are going to meet at this speed, you'll be having fuel economy. Okay, so whatever power you are getting from the engine, you are utilizing it for meeting the road requirement. So your vehicle will be moving at the constant speed, and you will be having a good economy also. Okay, so power available is matching with the power required, and you will be getting the desired road speed. So when you are operating the vehicle at desired road speed, you will be getting what? Fuel economy. Okay, next we will be seeing the expression for surplus or excess power. That is how to find this surplus or excess power. Okay, note down this formula. Take the notebook and note down this formula. So before that, you draw this curve. I'll be giving 5 minutes time to draw this curve, because you have to understand what is performance curve. Simply seeing, no, you're not having any inference. Okay, because you have to draw this curve. A theory question may be asked. Okay, so take the notebook and draw the curve. Once you have completed this curve, no, you come to the chat box and you inform me. I'll be going to the problem. Okay. So I'll be keeping the slide. You copy this graph, performance curve. Take 5 minutes, okay? Have you copied Ilavarsan? Ilavarsan, are you on the line? Have you copied? You put a message copied if you copied. Otherwise, I will show the slide. Since you are not able to unmute the call, I have to go here and I have to check in the chat box. Okay, you are copied. This is very, very important. Okay. Now see, I am going to explain you surplus or excess power. Okay, surplus or excess power means how much excess power I am going to have. See, always power can be termed as force into velocity. Force will be mass into acceleration. Understand the concept clearly. Force is mass into acceleration and power is velocity. In VDDC and all, mass will be denoted by W. You can see here equivalent mass. We are writing WE. Okay. So mass into acceleration will give the force. So for, we are using the term F for acceleration. So mass into acceleration into V. So what we are doing, we have to get the power in kilowatt. So we are dividing it by 3600. Okay. So we will be substituting V in kilometer per hour. We have to convert that kilometer per hour into meter per second. For that, we are putting this 3600. Okay. And if you are substituting the unit, you'll be knowing it. Okay. And weight, you will be having what? Kilogram meter per second square. That will be Newton. Okay. So I have to convert into kilonewton. So when you are putting all the units, thousand will get cancelled and denominator will be having 3600. You can substitute the unit and you can check. Okay. So this is the basic formula for finding out surplus or excess power. That is WUEF into V by 3600. Okay. So now we have to find acceleration. That is F is equal to 1 by WE surplus power 3600 by V. Okay, I'm keeping small f here and I'm taking all the terms in the right hand side. You can see F is equal to 1 by WE surplus power or excess power 3600 by V. Okay, how much surplus power is what? Engine power minus a required power. So, what is the power available at the road wheels? Engine power multiplied by transmission efficiency. What is the road required power? Okay, that is P required into transmission efficiency. So, when you are putting like this, P required into transmission efficiency will become what? Vehicle power, that is PV. So you surplus power means power coming from engine multiplied by transmission efficiency. Only that power will be available for me for propulsion. You should not put PE alone. That is, I have to consider my transmission losses also. So engine power multiplied by transmission efficiency, that is PE multiplied by transmission efficiency, P into transmission efficiency minus PV, that is the power available at the vehicle. Okay. So we are having like this PE transmission efficiency minus PV 3600 by V. So we are having this formula for finding out maximum acceleration. And there is a term called WE. What it does mean? No. If mass is stationary, I will be saying W. If I'm accelerating, the mass will get increased. Okay. For that, we are using the word equivalent weight. There will be a separate formula. We are not discussing it now. That is, whenever we are accelerating the vehicle, we'll be using the term equivalent weight. Okay. So we are using the word equivalent weight. So 1 by WE PE into transmission efficiency minus PV 3600 by V. Okay. So this will be used for finding out maximum acceleration. Okay. So now see what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take this 3600 by V into, I'm going to take this term inside. Okay. So now when this is going to inside, what will happen? No, this will be the tractive effort and this will be the road resistance. Tractive effort will be PE transmission efficiency into 3600 by V. Whereas a PV into 3600 by V will be what? Road resistance. So finally, I can conclude that is for finding out acceleration, we have to divide this term by equivalent weight. A numerator term is tractive effort minus road resistance. Okay. Then there is another term called gradability. Gradability means how much grade a vehicle can negotiate, how long I can take a vehicle along a slope. Okay, so the maximum grade, maximum slope, I can take the vehicle along the slope. That is gradability. So for finding out, there is another the same thing. I am using a surplus power. No, instead of maximum acceleration, I will put what? Gradability. So see, surplus power is equal to acceleration. I will put gradability. Same formula. W instead of F, use gradability, and same V, and we are having what? 3600. Why I am putting 100? No, gradability will be in terms of percentage, say 30 percentage, 20 percentage. So actually for using this formula, I have to convert the percentage into value. So I am dividing by 100. So same formula, the same formula, instead of F, I'm using what? Gradability. That is for maximum acceleration. I am finding out this is for maximum gradability. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see have gradability here, and I'm going to take all other terms in the right hand side. So 100 by W, 100 by W. Then this one surplus power, I'm having already this expression, okay? PE transmission efficiency minus PV. So I'm going to write PE transmission efficiency minus PV 3600 by V. Okay, so gradability I can write 100 by W, PE transmission efficiency minus PV 3600 by V. Okay, so here again this term will be termed as tractive effort, and this term will be termed as road resistance. So we'll be writing 100 by V, F minus R. Okay, F minus R. Tractive effort minus road resistance. Okay, so this is the formula for gradability. When I'm asking for maximum acceleration, you have to note down 1 by WE into F minus R. Whereas for gradability, you have to write 100 by W F minus R. Okay, so 100 by W for gradability and maximum acceleration. Okay, and this is the performance curve. Previous one, see, this is the performance curve for horsepower, and this one will be the performance curve for tractive effort, that is based on torque. You can see for first gear torque is more, for second gear torque will be less, third gear. So compared to when we are switching over to lower gear to higher gear, what will happen? My torque is getting reduced. Okay, first gear, second gear, third gear, and top gear. Whereas in road resistance, you can see the road resistance is getting increased, and it's matching with the top gear. So this is the maximum possible road speed I can obtain. Okay, so you can see this difference. This is the excess tractive effort I can utilize for acceleration. Okay. So when I'm going in top gear, my road resistance curve will be meeting at a point. So beyond this point, I can't propel my vehicle. My road resistance will be more. I can't travel. Whereas here, at this point, there is no excess tractive effort. I can't use it for acceleration. So at this point, what will happen? Maximum possible road speed will be achieved. Okay. So at this point, maximum possible road speed will be achieved. Okay. So my tractive effort will be matching with my road resistance. Okay. Next, I can write maximum drop or pull. Maximum drop or pull will be nothing but tractive effort minus road resistance. Maximum drop or pull will be tractive effort minus road resistance. So F minus R, tractive effort will be force F, road resistance will be R. So maximum drop or pull will be tractive effort minus road resistance, that is F minus R. Okay, so you note down this formula. With this, the theory questions of second unit is over. Okay, now we will see the problem. Eleverson, are you listening? Come to the chat box and give a reply whether you are listening or not. Yes, sir. Okay. See, I will be sharing this Word document with you. See, there are 7 problems I have listed out. Most of the methodology will be same. See, problem number one, problem number one and two more or less same. Three, everything for 4 problems, solution is available in Giri. Okay. So now you can see there are 7 problems. Okay, for 7 problems, if you are studying, you can attempt any question from second unit. Okay, these are the problematic questions. Let us show you theory questions. What I have done is I have taken all the questions asked in unit 2. So let me explain now. So these are the problems. So what I have done, all the questions that have been asked in university, I have compiled. Okay. So you can see this theory question. Calculate rolling resistance, air resistance, total resistance. Last class I have explained, you know. Let me zoom it. Now you'll be able to read. Calculate rolling air resistance. This and all already I have told you. Then factors affecting combustion process in IC engine, you might have studied in automobile engines. See, now I explain now road speed versus vehicle power. You have to draw that curve. It is a theory question. And road speed versus tractive effort, that also I have explained you. Okay. So one question theory will be related to resistance, and another question will be related to performance curve. Okay, rolling resistance, gradient resistance. So everything you should be able to know. And 7 problems, 3 theory questions and 7 problems. That will be the unit 2. Okay. Now I am going to explain the problem. Since we have lost 1 hour due to the assessment entry, I will be explaining the problem. Later you can do. Okay, I will be explaining this 3 problem. I will be completing unit 2 now. Later, I will be sharing this important question with you so that you can work out. Okay, I thought of solving the problem. That is, I thought of typing it and to solve. Due to the time constraint, I will be explaining it before 12:45 so that you will be able to do. Okay, just listen the slide. Just observe the Word document. No need to write anything. Later you can solve. Okay. So see, first problem is it is for a truck. What he has given coefficient of rolling resistance, weighting. That is weight of the truck is given. See 62,000 something. And coefficient of rolling resistance is what? 0.018. Okay. And coefficient of air resistance is 0.0276. Okay. Coefficient of air resistance is 0.0276. And you have to use a formula. You can't use your own formula. Yes, given is formula itself. That is in this formula, no. Coefficient of rolling resistance is in this K is 0.018 multiplied by weight. We are having 62,000, no. That weight you have to put. Okay. And here air resistance coefficient, here I am having the value, and area you have to substitute the value, and V squared. So you have to find the frontal area. I think frontal area is given 5.574. So you can use it. And vehicle speed, you will substitute this value and find out road resistance. And he has given transmission efficiency. Top gear value is how much? 6.2 is to 1. And transmission efficiency is 90%. So he's saying that for top gear, transmission efficiency is 90%. Whereas in second gear, that is in 15 is to 1, the transmission efficiency is 80%. Okay, so transmission efficiency for top gear is given 90%, and for second gear he is giving 80%. Okay, so he has given all the values. We have to find what? Engine brake power. You have to find engine brake power. Then we have to find out engine speed. For finding out engine speed, we are having what? Effective diameter is 0.8125 meter is given. Okay, then he is asking the maximum grade the truck can negotiate. So how much grade the truck can negotiate is asking. Okay, then he is asking maximum drop or pull, that is how much load the vehicle can pull, otherwise how much load of the vehicle it can tow. Okay, so now what I'm doing now, I'm using, carefully you listen, I'm using this formula. For K, I'm putting what? 0.11, 0.018. Weight is what? 62,000. 62,000 plus 0.0276, 0.2076. Area is given, area 5.574. And VC, vehicle speed, is giving what? 88 kilometer per hour. So in this formula, you have to use V in kilometer per hour. He has mentioned, see, the question itself he has mentioned. You have to use the formula V in kilometer per hour. So I'm putting what? Kilometer per hour. So I'm finding out R. My R, road resistance, for this speed 88 kilometer per hour, I'm having this resistance. Now he's asking engine brake power. In the starting itself I told you, for finding out engine brake power there is a formula, RV by 3600 transmission efficiency. So R is given, see, 2312 multiplied by 8, 88, that is 88 kilometer per hour. So multiplied by transmission efficiency, so you'll be having a value 62.8. Okay. So 88 is the kilometer per hour transmission efficiency, and zero point 0.9. You work out this, you'll be having this value. Okay. Note on this formula, 88 kilometer. Okay. Next, we have to find N. He is asking what? Engine speed. Okay. So engine speed V is equal to 2 pi nr by G. So for finding out, use N in this formula. That is this formula, how it came, no? You know that pi d n by 60. V is equal to pi d n by 60. You might have studied in engineering mechanics or mechanics of machines. Pi d. Pi d means d 2r. You replace d by r. That is 2 into r. That is, you'll be having 60. If it is meter per second, if it is minute, 60 will not come. And VDDC, we are using a gear ratio. We have to divide it by G. So what I am going to do is, I am going to put N. So N is equal to Vg by 2 pi R. Okay. So N is equal to Vg by 2 pi R. So you substitute V value 88 and G value. So everything you substitute this value and find out the speed, that is in RPM. Okay. So see, R value is given 0.8125 meter. So I am substituting, no. That is R is diameter, I think. Yeah, diameter. You have to divide it by 2. So see, zero point 0.4. Okay. V is 88. You have to convert into meter per minute. So that only 160. Otherwise, 3600 will be coming. G is gear ratio. Which gear is asking? Top gear. I'm using a top gear value 6.2. Okay. So I am finding out N. Then in second gear, same formula, 88. No, no, no. What he is doing, no, is 88 speed is the top speed, that is top gear. In second gear, we have to find out the speed, that is 15 is to 1. In second gear ratio, we have to find out the speed. So what he is doing, first of all, he is finding out V. For top gear, already you know V is 88 kilometer per hour. For second gear, this 88 and gear ratio is given how much? 15. So divide this 88 by 15. 88 by 15 multiplied by the top gear ratio 6.2. I think you know the formula, that is N1 by N2 is equal to G1 by G2. Okay, so for finding out V, we are using the gear ratio. Okay, so using that formula, we are finding out what? V. Once V is found out, we are finding R. So in this formula, we used R88, whereas here we are using 36.4. Okay, so you are finding out 36.4 square, and using that, we are finding out resistance. Now, this is very, very important. That is how far with this resistance, how far I can climb a grade. See, is asking, Mat is the maximum grade the truck can negotiate in second gear. Okay, so second gear, I'm having a resistance 132.5, that is on level road. So how far I will be able to climb when I'm having a grade. Okay, so for that, I will be taking into account the weight. That is, you have to divide this weight by grade, that is x. So take this weight is given in the problem. X is grade, that is 1 into x. So this is the standard procedure. When you have to find grade, no, you have to add that resistance. In this level road resistance and aerodynamic resistance, we have taken, but grade resistance we have not taken. So you have to add the grade resistance. So for adding grade resistance, what you have to do? We have to divide the weight by grade. Okay. So I am putting the grade resistance into account. And what is the tractive force available for me? So based on that only, I will be deciding my grade. So for finding out tracting resistance, we know the formula. Brake power into transmission efficiency 1000 multiplied by V. Okay. So what is the brake power? Already I have found out how much. 62.8. It is given Newton. It is wrong. 62.8 kilowatt. Okay. 62.8 transmission efficiency second gear. See, for second gear transmission efficiency 80%. So I'm putting what? Zero point 0.8 into 1000. Then to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, I'm using 3.6. Then V I have found out, no, 36.4. Okay, 36.4 by 3.6. That only is coming 36.3.6 into 36.4. So tractive force is this much. So with this force, how much grade I will be able to climb? So you can see I'm equating my resistance with force. So now you will be able to see my x is how much? 17 is to 17.1. So maximum grade is 17.1. Now there is another formula. What is the maximum drop or pull? Drop or pull is equal to F minus R. F is tractive force available. See, tractive force available. Tractive effort resistance is how much? 132.5. So my excess tractive effort is this much. Okay. So now you work down this problem. You check whether you are getting this answer. Then we will see. For 10 minutes you do this problem. Then because it is a most important university problem, slowly you work down. Okay. And come to the chat box and tell me whether you are getting this answer or not. Okay. Go through the problem, write the given data. So I will be giving the given data now. Are you on the line, Ilayarsan? Yeah, you are on the line. Come to the chat box, Ilayarsan. Okay. Now you write W 62,293. K 0.018, Ka 0.0276. Then you write top gear, gear ratio 6.2 is to 1, transmission efficiency 90. Okay. Then second gear, gear ratio G2, transmission efficiency. Frontal area, use put A. Okay. And when you're writing top gear, write V 88 kilometer per hour. So you write all this given data. Okay. Once you have written the given data, you inform me. Given data written. Given data carries 2 or 1 marks, man. That is how you are able to read the problem. Depending upon the examiner, you may get marks. Okay. Now, first of all, this one you don't need to write. Understand. We are going to calculate engine brake power. So use this resistance formula. You may have a doubt. This resistance formula you have to use for top gear or second gear. For only for top gear, I'm having a vehicle speed. He has given 88. So put the word top gear. Write this formula. Substitute this value. You are having given data now. W you have written. A you have written. V top gear. So substitute this value and check. You are getting a 2003. 2312. Then you go for engine brake power. Engine brake power, you substitute this value R, B, okay, and check. You are getting the answer or not. Okay, and this one I am having a doubt. You have to work out. Actually, engine brake power, this is the formula. Let me show the PPT. Is putting some 3.6. You no need to bother about this. Use this formula. Use V in kilometer per hour and R in kilowatt. See, R is the force, okay? R you use it in kilonewton. Let me check. Based on your answer only, I can work out. Okay. R is in Newton only, not a issue. Let me check. Newton, this kilometer per hour is converted into meter per second. Okay. Without putting this 3.6, tell me the answer what you are getting. This 1.9 is transmission efficiency. You have to get kilowatt. Okay. Last class I have made some conversion. See, R Newton meter per second. It is coming joule per second. So 1000, 3600. So see 1000 RV by 3600 means power you will be getting in kilowatt only. So you work out. No need to bother about this. Yeah, good. Kilowatt no 11. You give the answer by typing. Kilowatt, you should not put this 3.6, correct? Without putting 3.6 only you got no. Then only it will be correct, I think. Yeah, then printing mistake, okay? That is, you should have R2312, V88, 3600, transmission efficiency 0.9. Good. One thing you have solved. Okay. Next, we are going to get engine speed if the driving wheel have effective diameter of this one. So I am going to find engine speed. Okay. For that, first engine speed is N. You have to understand. V stands for vehicle speed. N stands for engine speed. Relationship between N and V, you know. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, N will be RPM. Okay. It will be in a minute. So now what I'm going to do, I have to find V in minute. So that only I'm not using a 60. I'm using what? Pi dn. See in PPT, I will show you. See, V is equal to pi d n by 6, G into 60. Only for our vehicle problem, we are using G, that is gear ratio. That is, I am using this formula. Meter per second, no, I am not using meter per second. What I am going to do? Meter per minute. So 60 will not come. And D, I am putting 2R. Okay. So see, D2R, 2 is coming, pi n G. So meter per minute. So keeping n, Vg. So you put V speed, gear ratio 6.2, 2 pi R. Okay. 2 into pi into R. So R it is given 0.8. R value, so diameter is given 0.8. It is given here, no, 0.8. You divide it by 2. Okay. 2 pi R, 88 into 1000. Gear ratio 6.2. And I will explain you why we are putting this 1000. V you are putting in which value? Kilometer per hour. Understand carefully. V you are putting 88. 88 is nothing but kilometer per hour. Okay. For this formula, no, I need RPM. So kilometer per hour should be converted into meter. 88 kilometer per hour, it is converted into meter by multiplying by 1000. Then only unit will be satisfied. And hour, no, I have to convert into minute. Then only I will get RPM. If it is second, I will put 3600. It is what? Minute. So I am putting 60. So 1000 by 60 is converting V into meter per minute. Understand? Meter per minute. Okay. So 88 is multiplied by 1000 and divided by 60 to get meter per minute. And this also will be in meter. So this meter and this meter will get cancelled and you will be getting revolution per minute. Okay. You check whether you are getting this answer and simultaneously you do this. Okay. Other things will be simple. I am finding out n. Then this one is based on my formula. That is, I will be typing here. I will come to chat box itself. That is n1 n1 by n2 will be equal to g2. It will be interchanged. G1 speed will be opposite of my speed. Sorry, gear ratio. Okay. So instead of n1 and n2, what I am going to put now? Because v1 depends upon v1, v2. Now I can write v2 divided by v1, that is equal to g1 by g2. Okay. v2 is equal to, you copy this, g1 by g2, put a bracket, okay? G1 by G2 into V1. Okay, G1 is given. G1, see, that is this one G1, G2, no, that is a top gear and second gear. Okay, let me use the word B instead of G1, I will use the word top. That will be a third gear, whatever it may be. Okay, corresponding gear and corresponding speed. So see, top gear he has given how much gear ratio 6.2. So see here, V2 I have to find in second gear. Top gear ratio is 6.2. Top gear speed V top 88 and G2 second gear 15. So you are able to understand, no? Law of gearing. Okay. V2 by V1 is equal to G1 by G2. And here G1 is top gear. Assume like that. Otherwise, you have to put G3, whatever it may be. Corresponding gear, corresponding speed. So you will be able to find V2. Then you find out resistance. Then you check R is equal to 132.5. You put this. Find out other things will be easier. Okay. Try to check whether you are getting the answer and intimate me. Once you are getting the answer, you intimate me, and any doubts, you come through chat box. Otherwise, you can make a call also. Okay. Let me. So I have kept everything parallelly. I kept chat box only because of you. Only I am keeping chat box. So starting from here, simultaneously you do and check whether you are getting the answer. If you're having any doubt, let me explain. This one is what? No. This is the resistance on the level road. I am not taken the grade resistance. So, but I have to find how much grade it has to carry. It will be able to go. So, grade resistance, I will be dividing this weight by grade. What is the tractive force available for me? So, tractive force I am calculating and equating this, and I am finding out that it will be able to claim a grade 17 is to 1. That is 1 in 17.1. 1 by 17. Okay. This is the maximum grade I can travel with this engine power. Okay, that is the meaning. So that only in that resistance he has added the grade resistance like this, weight divided by grade. So this is the special methodology you should know. Okay. So till which part you have completed, man? Have you found out R for second gear? Up to this 1325. You intimate me, Larson. Are you on the line? Yeah, you have proceeded up to N. This one. Good. Now you do for this one. Okay. After completing this problem, you can disconnect the call. Any doubt, come to the chat box. Okay. You want me to maximize the screen? Yeah. You completed up to this. So I am keeping the remaining part. Second gear. You check all the answers are coming or not. Once coming, no, you come to chat box. Hereafter, I will also give the reply in chat box. Okay. சார் உங்களுக்கு மெயில் வந்துட்டா பாத்தீங்களா ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி அனுப்பியிருக்கேன் செக் பண்ணுங்க வந்துருச்சா பாருங்க ஓகே சார் நம்ம ரெஃபரன்ஸ்க்கு வச்சுக்கோங்க சார் அது அடுத்த தடவை சொல்லுங்க சார் நானே ரெடி பண்ணி கூட என்ட்ரி பண்ணியிருக்கேன் ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை ம் நீங்கள் சொன்னால் கூட போதும் நான் அப்படியே பிரிண்ட் அவுட் எடுத்துகிட்டு நீங்கள் பிரின்ஸிபல் சார்கிட்ட பேசிட்டு கன்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிட்டு எனக்கு கொடுங்க நான் போய் என்ட்ரி பண்ணிட்டு வரேன் ம் எதுனாலும் சொல்லுங்கள் நான் பண்ணி கொடுக்குறேன் நீங்கள் தனியாக கஷ்டப்பட வேண்டாம் எதுனாலும் என்கிட்ட சொல்லுங்கண்ணே R13 you have calculated here. F49 find x. Okay. What is maximum drop or pull?